Hi guys, and welcome to our video for today, the 16th of August 2026. So today we're going to be analysing the stock BANL, CBL International Ltd, and this one pumped up over a series of days, technical break on the daily time frame, breaking on Tuesday the 12th, carrying on breaking out on Wednesday the 12th, carrying on to Thursday the 13th, and finishing with a big pump on Friday the 14th as well. This one was a technical breakout. What I see here from my analysis, just looking at the daily time frame real quick, is that again it was technical breakout, and I can demonstrate that being a falling wedge against daily resistance. So here's like the trend line resistance, and then we convert it into a falling wedge pattern like that. Then we've broken over the 5 resistance, as you can see, and then we shot up to a peak of around $12. Over 100% move on this one. So when we broke over 5, that comes to around 140%. This one went absolutely bananas. It's now hit the resistance as expected. The top of the wedge is always structurally the first target, and we can expect some selling and maybe some consolidation around this 12 area. And obviously it's up 140%. But I quite like this one because I think there's a lot more room in this one, and this one's my favorite. So as explained there and showing, it's a daily breakout. It's not just something random and just something that's come out of the woods randomly. This stock had a technical breakout on Wednesday the 12th and carried through on Thursday the 13th and finished very brightly on Friday the 14th as well. So we're going to look at potential entry on this, exits in terms of stop loss and take profit, and what to do if you're already in the stock as well. So let's just have a look at analysing it first and see, get familiar with ourselves. So we had the breakout over 5, and then there was extra strength given to this on Friday for whatever reason, because we broke the $8 resistance, and not only that, we broke upon the 200 simple moving average and 200 exponential moving average, and thick white line here at the top, and the 200 simple moving average here, the thick white line here at the bottom, and these are the strongest moving averages on the chart. So obviously we've got our resistances of 5, 8, 12, and 17 above us, but these two thick white lines here are the strongest resistances after the horizontal yellow lines that you see. So getting above these two thick white lines is a massive deal, guys. Like, it's massive. So that's why we had such a big move on Friday the 14th, going from basically $7 to $12, which is a major move. So this one looks proper good. Building upon these two thick white lines, just needs to use them. So it's now broken them. It now needs to use them as support rather than resistance, and keep on trending up. So let's just go to the 4-hour real quick as well. So again, a nice 4-hour breakout. So it wasn't only just a daily breakout, it's a 4-hour breakout in the short term, like this, against a resistance of 8. So there was proper continuation on this, proper consolidation patterns, and proper breakouts going on. So falling wedge in the 4-hour here against the 1-day resistance of 8 for continuation towards 12. This one would have been an amazing swing trade if we'd seen it earlier, but there's still time on this one, definitely, as I'll show you later. So yeah, this one, again, there's clear rhythm, clear structure, clear pattern to this. Excuse me, the weekly looks really good, broken off the Bollinger Bands. So 95% of the price action takes place in this navy line here at the top. When I just zoom in to show you, you can probably see it already. This navy line here at the top and this navy line here at the bottom, 95% of price action takes place. So when it gets outside of these navy lines here, the navy bands, the Bollinger Bands, top band and the bottom band, you can get super excited and produce big explosive moves. So the next target on this, we need to get over 12 and then we can hit 17. But I think this 200 moving average on the 200 exponential moving average in the weekly, 20 could be a major target as well. But one step at a time. So let's take it to the daily time frame. Actually, no, let's go to the we'll do the daily time frame. So again, why I preferred this one on the daily was because the money flow index is basically this oscillator here at the bottom. You can see this line graph, and when we hit 0 on the money flow index, this line graph where my cursor is, it means the money inflowing into the stock has hit a low. It's a 0. It's impossible for less money to come into the stock. There's no money going into it, basically, on the way this oscillator and line graph is calculated. And when it hits 100, basically 95 to 100, it means technically we're coming to a peak and not much more money can come into the stock. And yeah, the money inflowing into the stock has reached a peak, and therefore, the value is at probably the highest it can be. Maybe we can have one small little squeeze by 10, 15, 20%, but ultimately the main value of the stock has already been printed in terms of a peak, and we're due for our way down. And this one, in contrast to others which I had a look at, is lower than the rest. It's on a money flow index read of 78, 79. 78.55 on the daily, which means there's still room for this to increase towards 95 to 100. So the money inflowing into the stock has not reached maximum capacity yet. Yes, it had a large breakout over the past week, rising over 140%. Excuse me. And yeah, it's not to say it's done yet, because it's still, again, more money can come into the stock, which can drive the price of the stock up. So that's why this was my main pick, the money flow index. And if you'd like to learn more about that, you can check it out, link in the video description and the Twitter bio for our seminar course. So let's start on the 4-hour time frame then. For entries guys. So this one I quite like, with the 4-hour green candle close over 12. I'll be watching this. So if you get a 4-hour green candle close over 12, I'll be looking to hold this towards the next resistance of 17. And basically a falling wedge breakout against the 1-day resistance of 12. Or if we just get a push over 12 by, let's call it 5%. So if we go over 12.6 around there, I'll be looking to enter this one as well. So a 4-hour green candle close over 12 by, just whenever next week, or just a 5% push over 12. That would warrant an entry on this, and the next resistance would be 17, which would allow for a move of plus 30, 35, let's call it just 35% first target, 35% first target for my entry point on this one, on BANL, which is good considering it's already up 140%. And like I say, more money can flow into this stock as well, so it's definitely not near a peak in my opinion. However, though, that's not to say we're going to get this on Monday. It could still reject. So we had a wick here, and wicks, top wicks anyway, are bearish because it represents selling pressure. It's not too bad, but it just shows that this is the resistance and lots of selling pressure going on around here, around 12, as you can see here. And which is obviously it's showing us it's a resistance, which is normal and valid. It's like going into the water and getting wet. It's what you expect when you come to a resistance. You expect selling pressure. So and again, we can counter that and be confirmation and breakout traders to an excellent level by waiting for a 5% push over the resistance, or a 4-hour green candle close over 12 for an entry, and then making sure we sell around 17 for respecting the resistance. So that looks really good in the 4-hour with a falling wedge pattern. Daily time frame. Again, it's just carrying on from that falling wedge breakout, really. So if we just draw it in again, we can maybe do this now. We can maybe manipulate it into a different shape, and it's more of a weekly breakout. So a massive falling wedge like this. And yeah, a push beyond 12 by 5%, or 4-hour green candle close over 12 would eradicate this resistance around the top of the wedge on this obviously 12 level. And we should gap up towards the next resistance of 17 on this. So I'd focus more on the 4-hour for an entry. And again, 17 would be my next area for take profit on this. So if that's like a 30-35% first target, I'd make sure my stop loss at least matches. To be honest, my stop loss would be 9.2. If we go to 9.2 or below, actually let's call it 9.15, because I'll just draw this in right now. So my stop loss will be just what should we call it? My stop loss would be 9. My stop loss would be 9 on this. So and if it exceeds your take profit, just move it to keep an even risk to reward. So I like 9.15 as a bit of a horizontal support level. As you can see here, when I turn my indicators off to make it more easy to see, with this purple line, we can see that 9.15 is act as resistance here. Not the best circle, I apologize for that, but it's acted as resistance here. We never had a candle close above it. Just wicks representing selling pressure and indecision against this level of resistance, which is expected. And again, the same here. We came and retested it, 9.15, and we struggled. But when we finally got over it, we ran up to 12.71, which is like a 40% move. So when we finally broke it, we had a bullish move. And the same happened again, guys. When we finally broke over 9.15, we had a bullish move of like 30%. So this will act as a resistance, as you've seen, and therefore, as it acts as a resistance, it will also act as support when it comes back down. So my stop loss would be 9, just in case it does wick down a little bit beneath. Because I would expect this to act as support as well. But you need to give it a bit more room. You can't just have your stop loss at 9.15, because you need to give it a chance to act as support. It may wick beneath using our wick off theory seminar knowledge from the last video of our seminar course, as you know, from the link in the video description and the Twitter bio. But and we need to give it some room against that 9.15. Give it some breathing space to maybe come down to like 9.05 to stop loss rates and stuff. and then it can bounce back up, because it's basically between 8 and 12 is a consolidation pattern. But I will not enter this until we get a 4-hour candle close over 12 or a 5% push over 12. Then my stop loss will be 9, just 9. My first target around 17. If my stop loss outweighs my first target because of the entry area, entry price, I will just make sure my stop loss matches my take profit in terms of, like, is it 33%, is it 25%, etc. So yeah, this one looks good for continuation towards 17, but only off those criteria points. And again, if you're in this, I think a stop loss of 9 would be good. Maybe, yeah, because the next support is beneath 8, so it's 8. So if we lose 8, again, you have to give it some room to act as support, so it could wick down to 7.5, and that's a massive drop from where we are right now. So my stop loss would be 9 on this, and if it gets stopped down, come down deeper, then I can just always buy in, again, at a lower point, and then watch it go back up. But me personally, how I would trade this, again, just wait for that push over 12 by 5% of 4-hour candle close, green candle close, specifically green candle close over 12, and then look to sell around 17 on this. Stop loss being 9. If I was already in this, my stop loss would be 9 now, and I'd look to sell 50% to be honest, as soon as the market opens, because it's a hit a resistance of 12. It's hit the resistance of the top of the wedge, so that's why I'm not entering now. When the market opens on Monday, I'm going to wait for the next leg and the next push up to enter as a confirmation and breakout trader. I would never enter at a resistance. So personally, if I was still in this, I would sell 50% just to mitigate on this one, and then sell some more around probably like 40% of that initial position, around 17 on that one. This looks good, guys. Looks super good. Obviously 17 being a major target. And let's just go to the weekly real quick just to finish up. Apologies. OBS makes this laptop go very slow. Just a durable laptop, so I like to travel a lot. And the expensive laptops always break them when traveling. So it's just, you know, £2 here, £2 there. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I mean, a push over 12 on this would see it hit 17, and then the next take profit after that would be 20. But again, it's one step at a time. We work in levels. It's like when you play a game of Mario or something, you know, you work in levels to get to the next point, and it's the same here. We work in levels to reach the next price point and sell and scale our take profits accordingly, and make sure we have appropriate stop losses. And we have 6 take profit strategies for day trading, like 3 take profit strategies for swing trading. So in the Discord, again, you check it out, link in the video description and Twitter bio. But I like this one, BANL. Broke out the Bollinger Bands in the weekly, money flow index, still room to increase in price in this one. And yeah, once we get over 12 by that little push over or 4-hour candle close above, we're good for continuation, guys. I like BANL a lot, and I'll be looking forward to trading this also. So let's keep patient, let's wait for criteria for entry, and let's you know, trade appropriately as a result and wait for a green trade. And if it doesn't happen, we avoid a loss, which is fine, because we have loads of things to talk about and loads of different stocks and loads of different things to trade. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We'll do some more videos. Check us out, link in the video description and the Twitter bio. Thanks, guys. Catch you all later.